Anastasia Sergeyevna Pavlyuchenkova is a Russian professional tennis player and a multiple junior Grand Slam champion. Her career high rank of world number 13 was achieved on July 4, 2011. From July 2007 to September 2009 she was coached at the Mouratoglou Tennis Academy in France. Since then she has been coached by her brother Aleksandr Pavlyuchenkov, and in 2013 Martina Hingis joined her team. Junior career. Born in Samara, Russia, Pavlyuchenkova first made headlines by winning the 2006 Australian Open Junior title by defeating Caroline Wozniacki. She then won the US Open Junior title against Tamira Pasek and defended her Australian Open title in 2007, defeating Madison Bringle. Anastasia played for the Sacramento Capitals of the World Team Tennis League in the summer of 2006. Pro career. Her success in juniors enabled her to enter ITF and WTA tournaments, winning a small ITF tournament in Italy in May 2006. In October 2006 Pavlyuchenkova received a wild card into the Kremlin Cup and lost in the first round to rising Czech Nicole Vadia over 6-3 6-3. She then barely missed out on qualifying for the main draw of the 2007 Australian Open, losing to Julia Vakulenko in the final round of qualifying. Pavlyuchenkova then received a wild card into Wimbledon in 2007, but was beaten by 10th seed Daniela Hantuchova 6-0 6-1 in just 40 minutes, winning only 14 points. In 2008, she entered into Wimbledon as the youngest in the ladies' singles tournament. She won her first round match against the French 17th seed, Elisa Copyright Cornet 7-6, 6, 7-6, 4, and went on to defeat Li Na 6-2, 6-4 from China, before losing to number 11 seed Anastasia Sergeyevna from Poland 3-6, 2-6 in the third round. At the 2008 US Open, the first Grand Slam at which she was able to gain direct entry, she won against the American Vania King 6-2, 4-6, 6-2 in 3 sets, but was defeated in the second round by then world number 15 Swiss Patti Schneider. 2009, Pavlyuchenkova began the season at the ASB Classic as the 7th seed. She lost to Aravan Resler 6-2, 6-3 in second round. She then entered at the Murillo Hobart International where she reached the quarter-finals and lost to the eventual champion Petra Kvitova 1-6, 7-5, 6-3. She played Tatiana Garbin of the Italy in her opening match at the 2009 Australian Open. She led 4-0 in the final set and had a match point but lost 4-6, 6-2, 5-7. Pavlyuchenkova then took part in the Open GDF Suez. She defeated Frenchwoman Virginie Razzano 6-4, 6-1 in the first round and was then defeated by the number 3 seed and eventual finalist Elena Dementieva in the second round, 6-4 6-2. At the Barclays Dubai Tennis Championships, Pavlyuchenkova reached the second round with a win over compatriot Maria Kirilenko, 6-2, 6-4, but lost 0-6, 1-6 to eventual champion Venus Williams in the second. Pavlyuchenkova upset Serbian world number 3 Jelena Jankovic at the Indian Wells tournament in the second round, winning 6-4, 6-4. She then defeated Karen Knapp and Nuria Lagosta of Vives en route to the quarter-finals, where she defeated the number 7 seed Anastasia Sergeyevna 7-6, 6-4. However, she was defeated by the defending champion and number 5 seed Ana Ivanovic in the semi-finals, 6-2, 6-3. At the Sony Ericsson Open, Pavlyuchenkova defeated Frenchwoman Aravan Resler in the first round, whom she lost to in the first round of the ASB Classic earlier in the year. The Russian won this time 4-6, 7-5, 6-3. However, she lost to eventual champion and Belarusian Victoria Azarenka 2-6, 2-6 in the second round. At the French Open, Pavlyuchenkova reached the third round before losing to world number 1 and compatriot Dinara Safina 6-2 6-0. At the Wimbledon, Pavlyuchenkova, as the 31st seed, reached the second round before falling to Roberta Vinci. In Bauernstadt, Pavlyuchenkova opened with a 3-set win over Jill Krabers 3-6, 6-3, 6-3 before losing to Maria Kirilenko in the second round 6-2, 6-3. Seeded fourth at Palermo, Pavlyuchenkova had to retire in the first round against Alberta Bryantly whilst trailing 3-6, 0-4. Pavlyuchenkova played 3 warm-up tournaments leading up to the 2009 US Open. In Cincinnati, Pavlyuchenkova lost in the second round of qualifying to Tatjana Milk 6-1, 6-2. In Toronto, Pavlyuchenkova lost in the opening round of qualifying to Canadian Heidi Eltubak in a close match 4-6, 6-1, 6-2. In New Haven, Pavlyuchenkova managed to win her opening match against Ekaterina Makarova 6-3, 6-3 before losing to second seed Caroline Wozniacki 6-1, 6-4. At the 2009 US Open, Pavlyuchenkova lost in the first round to local hero Melanie Audin 6-1, 6-2, who went on to beat 3 more Russians, including Maria Sharapova, before losing in the quarter-finals. Beginning her tour of Asia, Pavlyuchenkova made it to the second round of Seoul seeded 6th where she defeated Angela Haynes 7-6, 5, 6-2 before losing to Chan Young-jan 2-6, 6-4, 6-1. At the Toray Pan Pacific Open in Tokyo, Pavlyuchenkova won her opening match against Spain's Carla Suarez Navarro in straight sets 6-1, 7-6, 3, and followed up this win with a victory over second seed Venus Williams 7-6, 6, 7-5. In the third round she lost to Frenchwoman Marion Bartoli 6-4, 2-6, 5-7. The following week at the premier mandatory China Open in Beijing, Pavlyuchenkova notched her second successive victory over Venus Williams in as many weeks, defeating the American 3-6, 6-1, 6-4. In doing so, she became second player ever to beat Williams in back-to-back weeks after Lindsay Davenport achieved the feat in the summer of 2004. In third round she defeated Alexandra Wozniak 6-4, 6-4. She then lost to Svetlana Kstsova 6-3, 6-3. 2010, Pavlyuchenkova started her year at the Brisbane International. She reached the quarter-finals, where she was defeated by Ana Ivanovic 6-2, 7-6, 6. She then lost in the second round of qualifying in Sydney to Anastasia Rodionova 6-3, 6-3. At the 2010 Australian Open, she lost in the second round to fellow Russian Svetlana Kstsova 6-2, 6-2. Pavlyuchenkova made it to the second round of the 2010 Open GDF Suez by defeating Evita Benia over 6-1, 6-0. She then lost to top seed Elena Dementieva in 2 tight sets 6-4, 6-4. She would then make the quarter-finals in Dubai, defeating Daniela Hantucheva 6-3, 6-4. In the quarter-finals she lost to defending champion Venus Williams. It took Williams 7 match points to prevail, eventually winning 6-3, 6-4. At the Monterrey Open, Pavlyuchenkova, as the number 3 seed, reached her first WTA Tour final by defeating Anastasia Sergeyevna in the semi-finals 6-3, 2-6, 6-1. In the final she again faced Daniela Hantucheva and won her first career title in 3 sets, 1-6, 6-1, 6-0. Pavlyuchenkova posted average results in Indian Wells and Miami, reaching the third and fourth round, respectively. She would then reach the quarter-finals at the MPS Group Championships in Ponte Vedra Beach, losing to eventual champion Caroline Wozniacki. She would then fall in the early rounds of both Rome and Madrid. Pavlyuchenkova was the 29th seed at the 2010 French Open. She defeated Eliza Copyright Cornet and Jill Krabers before falling to top seed Serena Williams in 3 sets 6-1, 1-6, 6-2. At the Aachen International, the Russian would lose in the opening round to Lucy Angstrom Afar's so unregistered trademark over. Pavlyuchenkova was again seeded 29th at the 2010 Wimbledon Championships. She defeated Evita Beniova and Roberta Vinci before falling in the third round to third seed Wozniacki. Pavlyuchenkova won her second WTA Tour singles title at the 2010 Istanbul Cup by defeating Elena Vesnina in the final. Pavlyuchenkova would recover from a 5-7, 0-4 deficit before winning 5-7, 7-5, 6-4. Pavlyuchenkova entered the 2010 Western and Southern Financial Group Women's Open. She defeated Daniela Hantuchova and third seed Elena Dementieva to advance to the third round where she defeated 13th seed ʃenkəvə 5-7, 6-4, 6-4. In the quarter-finals she came back from a 1-5 first-set deficit to defeat 12th seed Janina Wickmeyer 7-5, 3-6, 6-1. In the semi-finals she fell in 3 sets to Maria Sharapova 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. She then fell in the opening round of the Rogers Cup, losing to Svetlana Kstsova in 3 sets 7-5, 4-6, 6-1. At the 2010 US Open, Pavlyuchenkova posted her best Grand Slam result to date, reaching the round of 16. There she lost to French Open champion Francesca Iavone 6-3, 6-0. 2011. Pavlyuchenkova opened her 2011 season as the 5th seed in Brisbane. Despite being pushed to 3 sets in 2 prior matches, she managed to reach the semi-finals, where she fell to eventual champion Petra Kvitova. The following week, in Hobart, Pavlyuchenkova was forced to retire in the opening round against Bethany Matk-Sands, already having lost the first set 6-2. At the Australian Open, she advanced to the third round, losing to Evita Beniova in a tight 3-set match, 3-6, 6-1, 5-7. In Fed Cup competition, Pavlyuchenkova helped Russia rally from an 0-2 deficit against France by winning her reverse singles match against Eliza Copyright Cornet and tie-deciding doubles match, partnering with Svetlana Kstsova. In her next tournaments in the Middle East, she would have to play qualifying because of failing to meet the main entry deadline. She qualified for Dubai, but fell in the first round to fellow Russian Eliza Klebanova in 3 sets. In early March she defended her title at the 2011 Monterrey Open, defeating Jelena Jankovic 2-6, 6-2, 6-3. She would reach the third round of the 2011 BNP Paribas Open, losing to 10th seed ʃenkəvə. That was followed by a 4th-round loss to 8th seed and eventual champion Victoria Azarenka in 3 sets at the 2011 Sony Ericsson Open in Miami. Pavlyuchenkova would begin her clay court season with a run to the 4th round at the 2011 Porsche Tennis Grand Prix in Stuttgart, where she lost to 2nd seed Vera Zvonareva. She then reached the quarter-finals of the 2011 Mutua Madrid Open, losing to Julia Gar-Paragraph RGS. At the 2011 Internazionale BNL d'Italia, Pavlyuchenkova would reach the 4th round, where she lost to 3rd seed Victoria Azarenka. Pavlyuchenkova was the 14th seed at the 2011 French Open and reached her first ever Grand Slam quarter-final, losing in 3 sets to number 5 seed and defending champion Francesca Iavone. At the 2011 Wimbledon Championships, Pavlyuchenkova was beaten in the second round 6-3, 6-3, by Nadia Petrova. Anastasia next played at the 2011 Baku Cup where she lost in the quarter-finals to Galina Voskoboi-Val 6-7, 6-3, 6-4. During the match, Pavlyuchenkova struck an incredible 27 double faults, effectively surrendering almost 7 service games and double faults. After defeating Anna Tatishvili, Petra Marshall and former world number 1 Jelena Jankovic at the 2011 US Open, Pavlyuchenkova advanced to her second Grand Slam quarter-final of the year after a 5-7, 6-3, 6-4 victory over 7th seed Francesca Iavone. Pavlyuchenkova lost to Serena Williams 7-5, 6-1 in the quarter-final, She was later fined $2,000 by the USTA for improper coaching. 2012, Pavlyuchenkova reached the quarter-final of Sony Swedish Open, Bärjenstad losing to Matilda Johansson, 4-6-0-6. 2013. Pavlyuchenkova started her 2013 season by reaching the final of the Brisbane International, where she went down to Serena Williams, 2-6, 1-6. She had previously defeated 6th seed Petra Kvitova and 4th seed Angelique Kerber in the earlier rounds. The defeat extended Pavlyuchenkova's poor head-to-head record against Williams to 0-4. Pavlyuchenkova competed at the New Haven Open at Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut. She defeated Sorana Cîrstea and Sabine Lisicki in the first and second rounds, respectively. She then faced defending champion Petra Kvitova in the quarterfinal. She lost the match in 3 sets 6-2, 2-6, 5-7. 2014, she started her season at the 2014 Australian Open, losing in the third round to eventual semi-finalist Antsika Radwanska, winning in the process against Teliana Pereira and Mandy Minella in straight sets. At the GDF Suez in Paris, Anastasia defeated 3 top 10 players, Angelique Kerber, number 1 seed Maria Sharapova and Sarah Errani, where she lost the first set but eventually won it in 3 sets en route to her first Premier-level championship. Career statistics. Singles performance timeline, key, 1 tournament. Or reached final. Semi-final. Quarter-final. Round 4, 3, 2, 1. Competed at a round-robin stage. Lost in qualification round. Absent from tournament event. Played in a Davis Cup zonal group or playoff. Won a bronze, silver or gold medal at the Olympics. A downgraded Masters Series/1000 tournament. Or a tournament that was not held in a given year. To avoid confusion and double counting, these charts are updated either at the conclusion of a tournament, or when the player's participation in the tournament has ended. Current till 2014 Australian Open. References. External links: Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova at the Women's Tennis Association, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova at the International Tennis Federation, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova at the International Tennis Federation Junior Profile, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova's Core Tennis Profile, the official website of herself.